Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is a rather impromptu video because I just so happened to receive something in the mail late last night, and this is one that's, this release has been on some people's high priority lists for a while. A lot of people have been very much anticipating it, and that is, of course, the Criterion Collection World of Wong Kar-wai box set. Now, when I got this in the mail, I didn't know what it was because the box was so heavy that I thought it was something other than movies inside of it. But as it turns out, this is an incredibly heavy little showcase of his films. You could tell it's some pretty good material in this box set. Now, the films in this box set are As Tears Go By, Days of Being Wild, Chungking Express, Fallen Angels, Happy Together, In the Mood for Love, and 2046, as well as a few short films that he previously made. Now, this director, basically, in my experience, is a pretty good director, although he's not necessarily one of my favorites, as we'll get to in a few minutes here. Now, this has the following special features. You got new 4K digital restorations, of basically all the films, a few of which were personally approved by the director himself. You get a new program in which Wong answers questions submitted by authors and various other people. We get an alternate version of Days of Being Wild on home video for the first time. An extended version of The Hand, which is the 2004 short film that was made by Wong. Again, available in the US for the first time. There's a film called Huayang de Nian Hua, a 2000 short film by Wong. An interview and cinema lesson with him from 2001. Some programs, including interviews with the director, cinematographer Christopher Doyle, Maggie Chung, Tony Leung, Fei Wong, Ji Zhang, and Chang Chen, as well as others. Another program that speaks to the soundtrack of In the Mood for Love. Deleted scenes, alternate endings, behind-the-scenes footage, a promo reel, music videos, and trailers. And plus this deluxe packaging, which includes a perfect bound French fold book, as we'll see, featuring lavish photography, an essay by critic John Powers, a director's note, and 6 collectible art prints. Now, this one's pretty loaded release. And we're going to open it up here, and as you're going to see, it's going to have a pretty bizarre presentation. I'm not sure I have too many box sets that are quite like this. So you flip this open here, and then it basically unpacks and opens up almost like a flower, I guess you could say. I'll take the contents out first here. So after you open up the box, you basically get this. You know what I mean? And the contents were right in here. And these are the, it's a nice little artwork on the inside there, as you can see. It's kind of neat. And again, this is a pretty thick packaging here. Now after you open it up, you get this. All right, this is the perfect bound book here. This is WKW there. And on the back, you get some artwork. Now, this book is it's pretty dense. And I was kind of confused. I'm like, what type of paper are they using in this? But as I figured out, as you'll see, and I'll show you in a few minutes here what I'm talking about, it's kind of odd. So you have, certain artwork like this. You have the films, little introduction there to the films. And then it goes through each film, of course. And you have a little bit of write-up on each one, as well as some artwork on each. Just give you a few examples here. Now, this set does not include all the director's films, which I'll get to in a minute. But it does have all of my personal favorites from what I've seen from him. And you see you get little write-ups. You get like cast lists in this, as well as a write-up on the films. This is a very, very kind of stylish presentation, which is, when you think of this director, you think of style. And they certainly did him justice with this. Now, like I said, this was really heavy to me. And you'll notice when you open the book that the pages are almost like they're almost double paged. So when you flip it, it's almost like there's something inside, but you can't see what it is. So, for example, this would typically be like one page in a typical book, right? But then you can like kind of open it up. And I don't think you're supposed to rip it open. Unless I'm wrong, let me know. And then there's some artwork inside of it. See the artwork inside of it? So I'm not sure, I'm not familiar with this type of presentation style for a booklet in a box set. So I don't know if they're just intentionally being a little bit of a tease, because the artwork on the inside is different from the artwork on the actual pages. So if anybody's familiar with this type of presentation, let me know, and maybe give you some guidance as to what I should do. But I guess if you work hard, I guess you could see what's inside each of these pages. And it goes through all of these films in this box set, and you go through them. Very, very nice, colorful presentation. Yes. So that's what you get in the book. That's pretty solid. Some of the write-ups are longer than others, but it's pretty good stuff here. Is there a table of contents? I don't think there is. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay. So you get the films, and then you have a write-up called Like the Most Beautiful Times by John Powers. That looks to be about 26 pages long, although, there's probably some pictures in there. And then a director's note, that's 4 pages. And then it talks about the restorations at the end. So this, like I said, this is like high quality, material here. I'll put it that way. Now, I told you which films were in the box set. The ones that are not, and you'll know this if you're a fan. And I'm just talking feature-length films, because he's made a ton of short films. Okay. Ashes of Time is not in this film, in this box set. My Blueberry Nights is also not in this box set. And The Grand Master is also not in this box set. So it isn't the complete collection of this director, but it's got most of his films, and in my opinion, it's got all of his best films. So if we go chronologically here, let's look at the Blu-rays. Again, you get the Blu-ray, obviously, set here with the actual films in it. It's very nice looking. I'm very, you would expect there to be some pretty good artwork in this, and it is. And like I said, this ain't gonna break. This is not flimsy stuff, and it's thick. Real thick, like laminated stuff. So the films here, if you go chronologically, As Tears Go By is the first one. We haven't even gotten to the films yet. I don't want the movies to fall out here. So it flips open, and then it flips open again. See how complicated this packaging is? It's like... It's pretty sweet, though, man. So As Tears Go By is the first film, which I actually have a review of that on my channel. That was from the late 80s. And you have Andy Lau, he clashes with some gangsters. And you get Maggie Chung in the lead role. You could check out my review of that one on this channel. I thought it was a very good film. Very good film. One of my favorites from Wong Kar-wai. So if you're going chronologically through his filmography, the first film is a very nice introduction to him. Then, of course, you have Days of Being Wild from 1990 or so. This is one of the ones that I wasn't all that hot on when I first saw it back in the day. I'm not sure what my problem was with it. I think the main character, I think it was played by Leslie Chung, he just seemed to be kind of a douchebag. So I didn't understand why, all these ladies are all over him. But I get looking at the cast list on this one, you get Leslie Chung, Maggie Chung, Andy Lau, Karina Lau, Jackie Chung, and Tony Leung. So the cast is just loaded. So I got a feeling that I'm going to enjoy Days of Being Wild more after a repeat viewing. And again, I have not seen his films, with the exception of The Grand Master, of course, because that was from 2013. I have not seen them in over 10 years. Some of them in over 15 years, with the exception of As Tears Go By, which I reviewed. So that's one of the reasons why I got this box set. So I'm really interested in revisiting his films and like the highest quality restoration you can get. And so I'm actually kind of excited about this, even though he's not one of my, upper tier favorite directors of all time. Then you get Chungking Express, which, you get Takeshi Kaneshiro and Bridget Lin in like the first half of the movie. And that half I was a little dodgy on. So again, I'll be very interested in checking it out again. I feel like my taste in movies has gotten more seasoned and I guess more diverse since I've seen this guy's films the first time around. And I remember the second half of the film being quite entertaining. You got Tony Leung and Faye Wong. And, I thought that one was kind of fun, that half of the film. So that one, Chungking Express, I liked. Again, not one of my favorites from the director, but it's solid. And then we have Fallen Angels from 95, which is one of my favorites from this director. This was kind of like a crime drama involving a hitman, yada yada. And this one's got Leon Lai, Michelle Reese, Takeshi Kaneshiro, Charlie Young, and Karen Mok. So again, a very good cast here. And again, I remember liking this one quite a bit, but I haven't seen it in quite some time. So again, it's, I'm definitely going to have a good time going through this. Got Happy Together from 97, and this one is another one I'm going to be interested in checking out again, because I don't remember it that well. I remember it being good, but I don't know, like the details escape me for some reason. Maybe it was one of those nights where I just let the film wash over me and I wasn't paying attention to the details. But this one has Leslie Chung and Tony Leung. So, again, it's another one that will benefit from a repeat viewing. In the Mood for Love, one of my favorites from him. All right, very well made, like romance with Tony Leung, Maggie Chung. And, they're cheated on by their spouses and they develop some feelings for each other. Very good flick. And, if you're not familiar with this director, all of his films look really good. I think, for the most part, I can't really think of that many Wong Kar-wai films that don't at least look good. So, even if you don't like the story that much, you should like how the film looks. You could get in, like, the atmosphere and the mood of the film pretty easily most of the time. And I know some people have criticized his storylines. Sometimes they, meander a little bit. Sometimes you focus on character interaction more than like a conventional linear story. Some of them are more mainstream. Others are a little bit more art house. But yeah, you can. It's definitely a director worth exploring here. 2046. It's another romance film. It's about the real-life romantic relationships of a writer and his fictional sci-fi novel, which is a pretty interesting premise. In this one, loaded cast. You got Tony Leung, Gong Li, Faye Wong, Zi Zhang, Karina Lau, and Maggie Chung. I remember this one was good. Not one of my upper favorites from this director, but a good one. And then we have the short films. You get The Hand from 2004. It was within an anthology that I watched called Eros. And The Hand is it's kind of a sultry film about a lady played by Gong Li who seduces a novice tailor in an effort to improve his skills. And I thought like the strength of that film was like the sexual tension, you know what I mean? But the character development might have been a bit light. Only 40 minutes long in that short film, but I remember it being pretty good. So again, it's another one that might benefit from a rewatch. And then the final short film that I mentioned, I have to pronounce again, Hua Yang Di Nian Hua from 2000. It's 3 minutes long. I looked it up. I haven't seen it. But apparently it's like archival footage of films set to music that Wong Kar-wai kind of made. If that's accurate, then it's a nice little special feature. So the highlights of this box set are, in my opinion, As Tears Go By, Fallen Angels, and In the Mood for Love. And those would be the first 3 films I would recommend anyone new to this director should check out first. So this is, it's a nice box set. And even though you're missing a few of his films, I would not rank any of the films that are missing high on my favorites list for this director anyways. So this is kind of a must purchase for me. So again, I do recommend this director. And if you're going to take the dip and you want to treat yourself, this is a pretty good box set, it looks like, to check out. I've not watched any of the films yet, so this is kind of like a preliminary thoughts video on the mostly the artwork and presentation, the director and his films in general. So I think this is it's a pretty solid Criterion release, it looks like. So again, if any of you have any thoughts on this director, and I'm sure some of you do, because there's some people that are big fans of this guy, like huge. So if, let me know your thoughts. Let me know some of your favorite Wong Kar-wai films. And, if this kind of convinced you to check out this set, then very nice. But that's basically all I have to say right now. Check out my review of As Tears Go By, and I will upload some reviews of these individual films in the upcoming months as I kind of, pick at the box set and chew through it. And as always, I will see you next time.